Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm Maritza.
And I'm Tania.
Why are you going like this?
Wait, did you do that? Because I didn't even look at you.
Everyone, welcome back. I'm Maritza.
And I'm Tania.
Hi everyone, welcome.
I wasn't even looking at it.
Hi everyone.
Girl, Persina the girl, Persina.
Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm Maritza.
And I'm Tania.
And this is
Nideaqui.
Nideaqui.
Welcome back to another episode. Oh, what?
Sorry,
I thought you were gonna start talking something like I'm a saver. And I
oh my god. Hi everyone, this is Maritza.
And I'm Tania.
Welcome back to episode number 5 of
Nideaqui.
Nideaqui.
So how was your day? How was your week?
My week was actually fun and busy. I went to a Halloween party over the weekend. It was
that's fun.
It was really fun. I didn't think I was gonna enjoy it because I didn't really know anyone. But then you just put alcohol and everything,
and you know everyone.
You get to know everyone. And I had a lot of fun actually, and it was like such a last minute. Like they told me in the morning and para ese mismo día en la tarde. So I was like, okay. I usually don't do last minute things because I have to plan and blah blah blah. Pero ese día suerte, I actually had time.
Do you not like last minute plans? Are you someone that needs to know in advance?
Yeah.
To mentally prepare for stuff?
Yeah. Pero sí hay días que me agarran como de, I guess, in a good luck or whatever.
Good mood.
In the mood, you're right. And this time I was like, yeah, I'm down for it. I'm down for it.
That's good.
So I had to drive to LA, which is that's not That's the only thing though. I have to be. I guess that too. That's why I plan it because I have to drive down to LA, and that means I can't drink much because I need to drive back home.
Be safe, yeah.
So I have to be very careful. But even then, I actually just had I think it was 2 shots, and for the whole night, and I was good because ya para cuando me fui a la 1 de la mañana, ya estaba.
You were fine.
Yes, and then I ate a lot of chips, so.
That sobered you up.
Yeah, so that was pretty fun, and then just my regular work week. Nothing out of the ordinary, just busy. How about you? How was your week?
You know what's funny? I feel like for me, last minute plans work best, kinda, or even a day before.
But
yes and no.
If it's you the one initiating the plans, or someone just randomly invites you.
Well, both actually, because even with one of my friends recently, we had been wanting to make for me it's hard to have time. Maybe that's why. No, for me it's hard to have time. And there's little slots where I will have time, whether it's I was able to come out a little bit earlier or I was able to go in a little bit earlier. But I will know the day of. Maybe that's why for me same day plans work best. Of hey, you're down for this? Yeah, I'm actually gonna be out at 5 today. And then I'll go on. For example, that friend that we kept wanting to do meet up. Yeah, one day I'm hey, what time are you out today? And she was like, I think I'm out at 5:30. And I'm like, oh, I'm out at 6. Want to meet up at this place and we can go have food? And she's like, I've been having your birthday present forever. And it's not in my car. It's
oh my God.
She's like, I guess for her, it's I wanted to plan something. We keep wanting to plan something, and then so I can meet you, and then I can give you a gift. And I was like, I mean, it's fine because either we see each other now, or we don't even know when we're gonna be able to make plans. So we ended up going to eat that day, and it just worked out. And I think that's why it works out a bit more for me. But also sometimes I feel I don't know how I'm gonna feel that day too. So for me, it's a veces it's a little bit hard to make plans ahead
in advance
because I'm maybe that day I'm gonna be in a funk, or I'm gonna feel tired, or I don't know how I'm gonna feel that day.
Yeah, because I've had those times too where I'm I should have made plans when I was very happy.
Yes, I should have.
I just want to be home. Yeah, I see what you mean. That could happen too.
Yeah, for me, maybe same day or last minute plans sometimes can work best. But my week was exhausting. I feel I had been I don't know, I had been stressed. Did I tell you I had a headache for 2 days nonstop?
No.
And I even had to kind of chill out on the caffeine, which is funny because I don't drink that much caffeine anymore. I do drink every day, but my dose is much more minimal than it used to be. So, and one thing I notice is when I'm say anxious or stressed, it's almost like the caffeine is just that cherry on top. So it's not that the caffeine's bad. It's almost like with the caffeine, it'll like direct it more towards like, for example, like maybe I have stress, and then I'll add the caffeine to it, and maybe that headache will hit me. You know, when the headache was probably already there. Yeah. Or like I'm anxious, and then I drink it, or al revés, a lo mejor I have coffee and then I get anxious and it becomes very anxious. You know, like it's funny. It does suck.
It's crazy because like a lot of people tell me that que tomo mucho café, which I don't, which I don't think so. Like I obviously I guess my body is used to it. I feel like I used to drink more coffee before, but like I never get the symptoms of like people que los manda al baño. Like I don't get that. I wish I did. I don't get that. People get very like shivery, like se les da como la temblorina. Y digo, no, tampoco. A mí lo único que me pasa es de que, por ejemplo, en la mañana siempre me tomo mi café, ¿verdad? Which is 3 shots of espresso.
Oh my God.
Pero it's 3 shots of espresso, but obviously I poquita creamer and then like whipped cream, right? That for me is perfect, but I can't do more than that. Because digamos que en la tarde tengo sueño and I'm just like, I need like a picker upper.
There's nothing to do about it.
Sí, me he comprado café a veces. And as soon as I take the first sip, siento como que algo me empieza a correr por aquí. Y siento like tension. So I need to down water like right away. And I'm like, I can't drink that. So I already learned like I just have to like deal with it. Yeah. Because estoy tirando dinero en la basura porque estoy comprando café que no me voy a tomar. Yeah. So I'm like, maybe my 3 shots of espresso and maybe it's a lot, but like that's my max for the day.
Maybe something you can do is like split it, or is that something that you're...
No, because...
Or have you tried it? Like maybe like 2 and then do 1 in the afternoon?
Well, it's because the portion that I make, like the measurements, it's 3 shots of espresso. So like no voy a tener que medir y todo. Yeah. No, I don't have time for that. Pero lo que sí he hecho, una vez hice la porción like, normal, pero le di la mitad a alguien. Y yo me tomé la otra mitad. Okay. And I was like...
So tired.
No, I was like, I need more coffee.
So like, then it's maybe like psychologically... is your coping mechanism? I don't know. Like you cope, kind of like my day. Yeah, because I can relate to that.
En mi silloncito tomando cafecito, like just chilling there. Pero si mi cafecito se acaba muy pronto, I'm not happy. Like I like to be like sipping on it and I have it there and I'm reading something. And I look at it and like esta ahorita le queda la mitad.
Oh my God. Yeah, you like si se acaba ya no quiero leer.
Ya no quiero leer, ya no quiero.
That's funny.
So it's just weird, but yeah, like it's... I guess I'm glad I don't get those symptoms como a ti. Si no, mi gente con dolor de cabeza todos los días.
Or like anxiousness. Like for me, I think, well, the headache happened. I think that happened maybe like Sunday, Monday, and I don't get headaches very often anymore. Thankfully, I don't. But I had been having a headache, and I stopped drinking. And mind you, I was drinking consistently coffee. So it wasn't because I took a break from coffee and then the headache. That's a different headache, you know? And it was more like my temples, like headache, and my eyes felt like hot.
That's a tension headache, right?
Yeah. And I've had stress at work or whatever, but that happened when I was also like kind of on my days and maybe that, but I normally don't get headaches, so I'm like, it probably was stress. Yes. And then it was like a long week because I was feeling sad and I'm like, is it the weather? Is it the season? But it was also probably maybe like my hair. Like it was a combination of things probably. But no, I mean I think it's been work. I think like it's still like the whole transition's happening. And like we have someone that like joined the team like recently, which is already said that it's gonna be basically for me. Like he's gonna stay with me like in the office, right? Okay. Like a sales guy. And it's been I don't know, like stressful because I feel like now they very much see him as that of like, oh, she's probably like kind of like Tania's probably protecting you because, or like probably giving you the customers, or they're very like, I've noticed they've been like a little bit on edge of like, is she giving him customers? Is she? And
so he's good basically.
He's good.
He's doing.
Yeah.
So now they're thinking like,
I'm helping. I'm the one behind it.
Oh my God.
Yes, and he hasn't done a whole lot. He's been there like 2.5 weeks, which is what has been stressing me because like out of the nowhere, like changes have had like kind of like changes had started to occur, which are against this person. You get me? So like I'm such a like advocate for like what's fair. Like I feel like a lot of people may see me as like, oh, you're so rebellious and so this and you're like so outspoken. Kind of like my mom says, like, yeah, I mean, yeah, you can say that. I can come off as that, but like truthfully, like I'm always like advocating. Como que no sé si son complejo o algo, pero siempre cuando algo se me hace injusto, like I cannot. Well, these days I do stay quiet in a way, but I cannot stay still. Like I get stressed, I get anxious, I get everything. Like I get all these. I can't just mind my business, if you will. You get me when it's something that's messed up. So like what had happened is that, well, like this person started 2.5 weeks, and then all of a sudden they started um to monitor like the calls and the, which I had kept saying like we need to monitor
like
the people
listening to them, or
well, no, kind of like, oh, make sure you guys are all making these calls, and we always say that, right? Like make sure you guys are all, you're making your calls, making, and again, yo soy como un cassette o un disco rayado, porque siempre les digo, make your calls, make your leads, bring your people, bring your appointments, whatever.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, like person number 2 like steps into what she's supposed to have done since the very beginning. And then now it's very much of like, yeah, everybody's calls are under control, but like not new guys. And I'm like, new guy just started.
Yeah.
And then she's like, well, speak to the supervisor because she's the one telling me to like be on him.
Who said that? Like person number 2?
Yeah, in the office, like, person number 1. Let's just say let's just say I'm person number 2. But person number 1 is like, oh, make sure like this, and I'm like, he just started.
Yeah.
And then mind you, he already has 3 cells, and he's 2 weeks in, 2.5 weeks in. And then she's like, well, let the supervisor know then, like, because she's the one on me. And I'm like, all of a sudden she's the person on you, like. And then I told her, I'm like, exactly. And then I told her, I'm like, well, who exactly do you expect him to call? Like, yes, he's gonna have some calls and he needs to be getting some leads, but 2 weeks in, like he's still very much training, time, and he's not gonna have 30, 20, even 10 even people to call that day. He doesn't have people. And she's like, for a second she's like, oh well, let's make sure like we're making him lists of like old customers. I'm like, well, they took away my access to it. Something happened with like the whole IT thing, whereas like they grant me access, they take away hers, and then they take away hers and they give it to me. Like it's this whole like we both can have it, and she's been knowing of this issue and like nothing had been done, right? So then I'm like, well, I don't have access to all the appointments that he can potentially call. I'm like, that's the customers that I had been, like, for instance, the people before him that started working with us, like I would go through that list to give them people to call. I don't have access to that anymore. So do you want to put together a list for him? Like that's what I told her. And she's like, okay. And she literally just like screenshots the list, and then she's like, here, like sends it like via email, copies me. She's like, oh, whenever you have a chance, like change them for him. Girl, they're 80. Change because you have to change them one by one. So like I'm always picking up after Slack, always. Like, okay, I'll do this, and it's like, do it all the way, yeah. Like do it all the way, because I can't give 100% of me when I have to do 50 of yours. You get me? So it's like, so it sucks. It absolutely sucks. And then, so now I feel bad for this guy. Now she was very much of like, aside from calls, you guys need to, we call them like let's just say leads. Leads are numbers you get, right? So she had like this whole meeting, I mean this whole discussion of like, you guys need to have these many leads like registered, which are, say, 4 on average. So obviously his average, there's no average. And so she said the people who don't have the average of like 5, let's just say, or 4, will not be able to take any walk-ins anymore. What the hell? Yeah, which is like walk-ins, so people that just walk in, or like the company appointments, like work your own appointments, kind of. So that obviously eliminates this person and another person, which, basically her top 3 are the only ones that are able to take walk-ins and whatever. So that completely pissed me off. They're on their way
Which
out.
isn't that like también como it works against the company itself, because like you have a new person, wouldn't you want them to get a walk in? That way they could start getting the
The experience. Yeah,
experience
but
of
that's not her person,
selling.
and it's probably the way she's seeing it. That's not my person. Like I'm on my way
But
out.
it's still her store. Like she's
Mm-hmm.
still it's still her sales in
Yeah, but
general.
she'd rather give it to her three
But
top
it's gonna be
people. Like someone's gonna take that walk in, right? What's happening is that these people's sales are being affected because that's all they depend on. That's all they depend on. They don't bring their appointments for the most part, right? So what happens when from the same pool of people that are coming in, now there's a fifth person taking. So and they're selling them. It's like these people are like lingering, like they don't have anything to sell. So now
wow.
it's like, oh, you two don't meet these
Man, you should take
standards.
take him under your wing and then like really train him para que sea.
Absolutely. No, absolutely. And I made a comment today. I'm like, well, you're just making them stronger. Thank you very much. You know, like,
Yeah. Is he
and
like young or like younger?
younger than all of them. Absolutely. It's like he's a couple years. He just turned 30, actually.
Oh,
Yeah,
very young.
so young.
Like, oh my god.
Yeah. And even today, I'm like, oh, here's a customer. Like he like register the number or whatever. Like that's what I'm gonna do. Like obviously at this point, it's like, what's the advocating for? Like they're already on their way out. Like just get out. Just get out. You get me? Like
is she taking her top three?
just like all of them. Which in the beginning I try to argue like, how is that okay for you to do? Like leave it with like no people. But now it's like, take them out. Like take them please. And now I'm like concerned her that she won't take them out. Honestly, like that's my concern at this point. Like, but she should be. And yeah, they basically a lot of like that going gone and like. I like.
Girl, I don't know how you do it.
I don't know how I do it either, and I could just. I don't know. I guess it's like I just suck it up. Cause I'm like, you're leaving anytime now. You're leaving anytime now. You know, but it's like it's crazy how people like that exist. It's crazy how they don't see that they're wrong. Like all of that's crazy to me.
I think I don't even think they care if they're wrong or not. Es nomás como para afectarte. Like es como que eso ya es malicia.
That's what I always say, but
Eso
nobody sees that. Like literally nobody sees that.
Porque son iguales.
Well, yeah.
Son iguales, obviamente.
And mind you, like I'm always like making sure that we sell whatever when the days that she doesn't work. I'm trying to sell, putting the work, and we're normally fine. I've brought so many people. Like trust me, like last month, our weekly goal, it's not crazy. It's not crazy at all, girl. It's 10 cars per week. Per week, we got 5 people. Now we do. Let's just say 4.
Yeah.
Four people, 10 cars. Each can sell 3 in a week. Okay, yeah, 2 in a week, and then we could bring the rest of the customers. 2 customers you can't bring. That is insane to me that we cannot hit a goal of 10 cars
a week.
A week. A week with 4 people. Yeah. And let's just say I'm that 5th one because I bring customers too. You know, like say even last week I counted, and that's just the people that sold. I counted for 2 of those. I mean, yeah, 2 of those 8 sales, and we barely hit 8 because I last minute brought a customer and we closed them in 8. We have to at least sell 8. If not, we don't get paid anything. Like, well, any commission, but 6.
Wow.
Like 6 is all that was Like that was, and mind you, those 6 were probably not even their appointments. Like 2 out of the 8 are mine. 6 are probably walk-ins. Like it's insane to me. You get me? Like and this past Sunday, for the first time in a long time, like the Sunday, we didn't sell. We blank completely. I mean, the games have been affecting us too, and all of it. Like it's super slow. No, girl. Like literally Monday comes and she's like, she comes in and she like sends a whole message on the chat and she's like, we cannot have this happen again. She doesn't even work Sundays, girl.
Dude, I hate her. I don't even know this person.
Yeah. And then she's like, we cannot have, and she was having a whole meeting and she was like focusing so much on, you know, like the fact that, so I was already mad. Like I was just like sitting there, like I want to go home. Like and it's funny because when you're so mad, like it becomes so physical. Then my head got worse. I felt like throwing up. Like I started like getting really, I guess, angry. I don't know. And I had to just like sit there and like listen to her. Right in the meeting, and it's like basically the meeting with her 3 top and me. Like a pointless meeting, if you will, you know? And then she's like, we cannot have that happen again, especially when there was so much traffic. And then I literally stopped and I'm like, what traffic did we have? Like in front of all of them. I'm like, what traffic did we have? We had 4 applications. I said, we had 4 people. And I told her, actually, sorry, 4 people put on the system. 3 applied. One of them, like, was his, like a salesperson, right? His, what happened with your customer? He didn't come back, right? He didn't even do the application. He left. He didn't come back, right? Yes. Okay, that's 1. That's 2 of the 4. 3. What happened with 3? Oh, it was your customer, right? They only had $500. Yeah, they only had $500. That's 3 out of the 4. Like 4 was an application that was done. I told her that was done. I told her that we couldn't do because that person was looking for a very specific car. And she said, and she literally, let's just call the new person Adrian. And then, so I did not even say whose application was who, what. And then and then the 4th one, I'm like, they didn't even want to apply. They were looking for a specific unit. They're looking for a specific unit. And then she says, Adrian shouldn't have let them go. How does she know it's his? And she's like, and I'm like, customer had perfect credit, was looking for a Mazda 7. Do we carry that? Absolutely no. She's like, how do you know they had good credit? And I told her they did not want to apply. Okay? I'm like, they did not. What traffic are you speaking about? Like, they did not want to apply. Well, we've had cases where the person doesn't want to apply and we still sell to them. And I'm like, I've had those instances too. And just the other day, this person, right, you had a customer, wanted a truck, wanted a Tacoma, and we sold a Ram to him, completely different. And I was like, we've had those instances too. And I told her, and I'm like, you're stuck on Sunday, yes? I'm like, you're stuck on Sunday? I'm like, because we blank after so many months. And I'm like, and yeah, I'm like, and how about the Tuesdays and Wednesdays that you've blanked? It's not the only day we're blanking here. And she literally says, no, I'm not saying it because of Sunday. Girl.
Oh my God.
Like, you're for real. Yes, you're carrying this whole team on your back, Miss Ma'am. Like, you're carrying this whole team on your back, you know? Like, it's crazy to me. And she's like, no, it wasn't that. But, and then she was basically like, her last comment before I said that was like, you could have like tried to still make the application. Girl, plot twist. That later, no. I brought a customer on Monday, which is the only customer we sold. No, and not only that, hear this. Like, literally here. Oh, this thing died. Hear this out. I am no, like, and she's like, this is good. What you mean you had nothing to talk about? You're like, I need some chips or something. No, but she literally was no, and I tell her, no, mind you, this meeting happens, and then it was probably still a whole hour and a half, maybe 2, with me just like doing my work or whatever. And I'm like, I want to die, like die. Oh my God, I want to leave. I mean, well, you're leaving, all right? Well, that would be leaving in a way. That I'm like, come here, because it's so rude. Like, girl, I don't want to die, bitch. Bitch, you ain't that important. No, I was like, I want to leave. Like, I want to, and I was like feeling sick and everything. And then, so then I take my lunch. Right before I take my lunch, and this time I'm like, I'm gonna take my lunch and I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna get the hell out of here. I'm gonna go drive and get some food and like, you know, be in my car.
Your break?
I mean, at least 30 minutes, so I'll be fine. I mean, I couldn't take as much, kind of. But so then right before I leave, I've been having following up with a customer. He's like, I'm gonna go in today. I'm gonna go in at about 2:30. When I take my lunch, it's like 2:15. But people are never on a la hora. And I'm like, igual si llega, le puedo empezar la aplicación y yo voy a regresar. No biggie. So then I leave and I'm getting my food and whatever. I literally went to a place like right by the charger, so I was gonna charge too. I was gonna take my time, you know? Yeah. Entonces I'm literally there charging my car, and then they're like blowing me up like a salesperson and person number 1.
This is Monday.
Yes, same Monday when the meeting happened, when I'm like livid. right? And then they're like, "Oh, your customer's here. Oh, your customer's here. He doesn't want us to help him. He doesn't want us to help him." Like two people blowing me up. He doesn't want us to help him. He does not want to do the application. He said that he only had an appointment with you and he only wants to speak to you. Yeah, he said he wants to wait for you. He does not want to do the application. Girl, the first thing I think, like, I should have. My mom would have probably been like, "You're so stupid for not saying anything." I wanted to come back, and obviously because he waited till I came back.
Okay.
So basically I kind of hurried up and I came back. So I wanted to come back and be like, did you go outside and talk to him? Why didn't he do the application? Why didn't you guys get him to do the application? It's 3 of you in here. It's 4 with you. Like, why couldn't you get him to apply? Because that's exactly what she said with me and the person in the customer before. Girl, literally, customer had to wait for me to apply. I had to come back, did the whole application, did the whole process, and we sold to him. The salesperson just went to go pick up the car. The customer was done. I even took him home. I even drove him home. I mean, he was down the street, but I even drove him home
because he drove there and then he had to take the car.
No, because he drove there with his friend and his friend left because it was a done deal, and he was not going to take at the end. He was not going to take that SUV that same day because we needed to do put in the GPS because we put a GPS on the cars. They need to have it, and that one just wasn't tracking.
You put GPS?
They all have a GPS, yeah, and then you just remove it or not. It gets deactivated. Yeah, that's how you get the repos basically. Okay. But it wasn't.
Does my car have a GPS?
Yeah, probably. If you don't pay it, they'll take it. But it deactivates after you're paid off. It does have a GPS. The whole car. I mean, is that also how I was gonna say, like, that's how maybe a cop can track you too, like if they need to.
That was my phone that tracked me. Oh, I guess. Okay.
Well, maybe your phone too, but
I mean, it does have SOS.
And basically I drove him home before the people, like the guy got back with the car, so he was gonna just pick it up tomorrow, right? So like how ironic, like in little stuff like that. Today they called in a person that was not working because they had so many applications to do, and Adrian couldn't do applications because they told him he can't take customers because he doesn't have enough leads created. Yeah. So he's sitting there, just literally sitting there doing absolutely nothing, while this person number 1, is calling people that were not scheduled to work, which is still within her top 3, to come and work because they have so many applications.
Wow.
Yeah, girl. Like, I literally am so pissed. And that's what I have to deal with.
When is she leaving?
I don't know. But soon, I hope. It's messed up. And it's like, how am I... It's so long.
That's so hard. That's a lot to deal with.
It is a lot. Not so much, but sometimes I'm like, I miss working for the other job that I was at. I mean, and I just met the people. Like, the people suck. Like, I miss the people. Like, they were so unproblematic. Sometimes I want to, like, trick myself into saying, like, well, it's because you guys weren't doing the same thing. Like, if they were all in actual cells, you would be, like, killing each other for them. But I don't think so. Honestly, like, yes and no. Yes, I could see it because some of them were very competitive. They were by nature, some of them.
Some people are.
But they're not problematic, and that's different. You can be like, I'm competitive. I will be competitive, but I won't be problematic about it. And I think it's really just the people, because say when I started working for this company, like way back, I remember, like, yeah, like there was like a lot of bickering with, like, say the assistant manager at the time, but none of the salespeople, and it's normally, well, yeah, one. But you could have that good bond, that good relation, because I've had it before. So it's like,
it's just the people.
Yeah, sure. And now it's not very much
the atmosphere that they already created.
Yeah, and right now it's like it doesn't necessarily like affect me because if you think about it, it's like, well, that's affecting Adrian, but it's also like, it's messed up, and I hate to be someone to be like, no, pues no me afecta, pues ni modo. No, like, I don't want him to leave. I don't want anybody to leave. Like, I don't want me to do nothing for him, and he's like, well, screw this place, like, how crappy of you to make someone feel like that. And we've all been the new person. you know. So what I'm gonna try to do is like have him only work my days. That's what I'm gonna probably try to do. I'll probably ask him too, like, how comfortable do you feel? Because I don't think he's feeling comfortable at all. Today I messaged him like, hey, you're busy? And he's like, no, not at all. Like people are selling. Like it's so messed up. So yeah, that's how my week went.
Wow.
Like quite a week.
Now I have a headache.
Alright guys, so make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. That's how long it was.
Sí, no, ya me estresé.
I know. It's sad.
That's a lot.
It is a lot. It is a lot. And every day, imagine that bull crap. Pick a number from 1 to 3,000.
1 to okay.
It's all kinds of questions.
Let me do 2, 5, 7, 8.
2,578. 2,500.
If it's like a spicy question, I'm not gonna answer it.
What's your favorite position? You're like, well, I'll answer that. That's it. If you were making a care package for your enemy, what would you put in it? A care package for your enemy?
I don't have enemies though. A care package?
A care package for your enemy.
I think I'll put everything that person likes, so that way they're like, is there something here? Like, okay. So like they could be like crazy, like okay,
they did something.
I'm gonna put everything that person likes.
So basically, you would do everything right, just leave it up to them. That's true. That's true. Because if you do something like completely off, you're gonna be like, what the hell?
Because honestly, like, ni se me ocurriría que ponerle algo malo. Because I'm like, que sí, por ejemplo, yo que le pongo
like a spider or something.
Algo, like, I'm gonna feel bad just imagining que algo le pase.
Like you're not revengeful.
So I'm just gonna put everything that person likes y que se estrese esa persona.
That's funny.
That's so.
A care package. You want another one?
Yes.
What
number? 11111.
All 1,111.
Okay.
1,111. If you were a villain or a criminal mastermind, what would be your calling card? What's calling card?
I don't know.
Okay, choose another one.
Your calling card? Like, well, what's your calling card? Like, what's your go-to?
Your calling card? Like, what would be your if you were a villain in a movie, it's kind of like, what's your like superpower, but...
Let's see. What's a calling card?
Like, lo que haces, no?
Oh, like a business card? A card bearing a person's name and address sent to or left in lieu of a
your
business card. What would be my business?
But it's like what's your calling? Like, what's your calling? Like, what do you do? Like, if you were a villain, like kind of like Spider-Man, what is he good for? He's good for this.
Okay. My card. So
what would you be good at? If you were a villain in the movie,
I think I would be a magician.
A magician? Like disappear people or stuff?
Yeah, because I make your problems disappear.
That's a villain?
That's someone mean, right?
Well, you could be my villain, make my problems disappear. How is that a villain? Is it a villain? That's un buen samaritano? That's the worst I would do. Okay, Miss Villain.
No, I'll make my problem disappear then. So I don't know.
Like, that's the worst thing you would do. Like, I'll make your problems disappear. Oh, nice. Choose another number. Like, okay, yeah, go ahead and pick her.
Wait, what will be your card? Your calling
my
card,
evil
whatever.
card? My calling card? Well, calling, like, what would I be here for? Well, I don't know. That's not really a calling card. I would think, like, I could read people, but that's not a calling card. Like, I can tell you the bad. No, yeah, maybe, but that's not a villain thing, no? Like, I can tell you what they've done.
Girl, we suck at being
yeah, we're so good. We're angelitos.
Give me 3,000.
What? When you're sick, do you grin and bear it? Grind or bear it? I don't know. Grin and bear it, or just curl up in a bed? Oh, grind. Grind?
Oh, you grind and bear it. Like you kind of like.
Yeah, when you're sick, you grind and bear it, or just curl up in bed as much as possible.
Oh, I grind and bear it. Like if I'm sick, I still have to go to work. Like I usually it's so funny because I do have sick days at home at work, but I use my sick days for like random shit. But when I'm sick, I'm going to work.
That is so funny.
Like my sick days will be used for like maybe I have a doctor's appointment. Like so I'll use it for that. But when I'm sick, I end up trabajando. But then also I don't get sick often. Like I don't get sick often.
That's good.
So yeah, me aguanto.
Yeah, I try to stay in bed. Like if I could, I will. But if it's like just for whatever reason, I cannot afford to not work. ¿De qué? ¿De hacer nada? Hell no. Well, maybe because I never not do anything. So for me, it's like, well, God forbid, God don't hear this. But I'm like, I finally could stay home. But I'm sick.
But you're not even gonna enjoy it.
I won't. Sick. I am dying. I feel worse too. Yeah. True, because I always think at the times that I've gotten sick, I'm like, why couldn't I just call off one day and do this? Like, because now I don't enjoy it. I feel really sick. You get me? Yeah. Anyways.
Okay, you pick a number.
79.
Why not 69?
Nah, because you're gonna be a freak. I already answered. I already answered that one. Just kidding. I don't even know.
Have you ever had a health scare?
A health scare? I mean, yes. I'm pretty sure I had a few, but remember when I was like 15? I'm pretty sure I was 15. Remember the time I went to the doctor because I had a lump in my boob?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was scary. It was a full-on lump. And the doctor.
Whatever happened with that?
Well, they gave me medication because he said this feels very much like an infection. You probably just got an infection. I'm like, how did I got it? He's like, it could be through anything. Yeah, he said it could be through anything. Like also, I remember like I had a pimple that day too, like on my boobs. So, and it wasn't uncommon for me to like get pimples like on my boobs or whatever. So he's like, it could be like as simple as that, but like he's like, I'm gonna give you some medication and it should go away. Like he was pretty confident that it was just an infection, but he said if it doesn't go away, then just come back. And yeah, it went away completely.
Oh wow, I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, that was scary.
Because it wasn't my boobs.
So I remember, I remember.
How did you like? Do you actually like check your boobs, or like how did you even notice that, or did it?
Because you could feel it. Yeah, you could feel it. No, I could feel it. It would hurt. First of all, it would hurt. And I remember like that night, Karin was driving because you were at school. And Karin drove me to the doctor. There was only a male doctor.
But one time we both went, no? Karin and myself.
Yeah, it was that same day.
Oh.
So we went to the doctor, and we went to doctor number one, and then it was only a male. And I was like, is there a woman doctor? And they said no. And I was like, no, thank you. Like, and we went to another one, and then they said no, whatever. It was only a male, or they were closed. It was like very late. It was very late. And you were like barely making your way back from school. And at the end, I think I was like, I'll just wait for Nais or something like that. And unless we went 2 times, we might have gone twice.
I think we went back to the same one you had already gone because the other one it was closed or something.
Yeah,
but we were waiting for too long. I was see, but I remember we ended up coming back.
Yes, because you came with me. Yeah, you did make it home, I think. And then I said, well, I'll just go to that same one with the guy doctor, but I'll wait for Nayus to come home. And you were already coming, so I think we just waited for you. Or picked you up or something, and you came with me. So it's like I ended up going to the guy doctor, but you at least were with me. Yeah, it was that day, and yeah, I had like it was basically like a lump. Like you could feel a ball. It was like a ball. Like you can feel it.
I remember.
And yeah, that was that was my scare. That is so scary. Yeah, that was so scary. That was one of them.
2 more.
I'll do number 21. Why not 22?
Why not 23? 21?
21, yeah.
What do you regard as the lowest step of misery? That one's deep. What do you regard as the lowest step of misery?
Lowest depth of misery. Someone that just like goes out of their way to like ruin someone, like people that wish evil on you, basically.
Person number one from your job.
Literally, that's the lowest depth of misery. People that just carry themselves just so, not even to carry themselves anyway. People just wish you bad. And if it's conscious or not conscious, because if you're unconsciously wishing or doing bad to someone, like you're choosing not to see it. You're doing something bad. It's being brought to your attention, and you're like, nope, that's not me. You
like
suck.
Someone that's like, no,
you're evil,
know,
like evil, like
yeah,
doing evil
true.
Stuff. If whatever you
like,
do affected me,
hurting other people kind of makes your day type of thing.
Or even worse, like not even worse, but like a lot of people say, well, I didn't think you were feeling that way, or like, or no, well, that's not how I intended for you to feel. Well, you made me feel that way. I'm the biggest, like, I am telling you, you made me, maybe you feel like a little bit different, but a lot of people do. But I'm like, I'm telling you, you made me feel that way. That's enough of a reason, even for you to acknowledge it or even have some sort of sympathy. But just because you don't agree with my feelings does not make you a better person. You get me? Because for them, let's just say, I did this to you, and I was like, that's very low. That was very low for you to do that. And she's like, well, I don't see it like that. I did it like, just because you don't comprehend, one, I think you're choosing not to because it doesn't benefit you to acknowledge it. And two, you don't have this limit, like the smallest sympathy to actually put yourself in that person's shoes.
Yeah, sometimes people are very like
and you can say that's like, ignorance, but it's not even ignorance.
Or maybe even like arrogant. Like, I'm not gonna say sorry to you.
But like that's not how I meant it. For me, it's like you can tell me like you did this and that, like, and I can genuinely, like, let's just say I could genuinely tell you like I did not mean it like that at all. But just because I made you feel that way, I will feel really bad. I it will make me feel bad.
Yeah.
Like just the thought of someone like feeling sad or feeling uncomfortable because something I did just doesn't sit right with me.
But then also one time I heard a person, like, it was like a video that it said is like, if someone said something and it hurt you, you gotta stop and think about it. Why did it hurt you? Is it because it's true? Mm-hmm. Or is it because like maybe deep down like you believed it? Or why? Like, why did it hurt you? Because like yo te puedo decir, estás fea. And then you're gonna be hurt, like, oh my gosh, estás fea. It's because you already believed that. So that's why it hurt you. That's why it hurt you.
Not necessarily.
Pero si tú no te sientes que estás fea, you're gonna be like, estás loca, like whatever. Like, and you just move on.
But also it could be like the picking on you, like, feelings. Because maybe someone could be like, say I'm confident.
Like bullying. Like they're bullying you.
Basically it's the bullying behind it. It's not because I think I'm ugly or because I think I'm this. I may be, but I'm not crying because I'm ugly or because I'm this and that. I'm not crying because of that. Is the intention you said that with. That does not sit right with me. I could be whatever, but the intention of you harming me, it's what doesn't sit right with me. Yeah. It's just that. For me, it's just that. And a lot of people have evil, like, in their heart. So I think that's to answer your question. Yeah. Like, we keep getting so deep, girl. Like that. That's you're like, yeah, girl. Question. Another question. Question number 3. I'll do 47.
No, I went all the high numbers and you like the low ones.
Yeah, because I feel like the high numbers they always suck.
Oh, okay.
They're always like that. Like,
because mine were like whatever.
Mine's are all like
47, right?
Mm-hmm. No, girl.
Yeah. Have you ever eaten a whole tube of Pringles by yourself?
No, Pringles are good.
Pringles are good.
When was the last time you had Pringles?
Underrated. Probably when I was 10.
Oh my god, they still exist.
Maybe not, but like, it's been years. But I had like the little bottle. Dude, those are good.
They're good, but like the original ones though. I don't like any other ones. Because when at my other job, this girl, her name was Stevie. She would always get Pringles all the time. But she would like take different flavor ones, and the original ones are always the best ones. Have I ever? No, I've never ate a whole tube by myself. No, I can't eat that many.
Okay,
although
dude,
maybe
I've
maybe
had a whole party size of.
In one sitting? Girl, that's bad.
But like not like the big old Costco party size, like the store party size.
That's
like
still a lot. That's a lot. In one sitting. That's funny. Te vas a un extremo al otro.
Y luego estoy como que, I'm so bloated. I do go from one extreme. It's just when I'm like PMSing, like I crave.
That's true. That's
and
fair.
I need Doritos. And stop.
Oh no, the one that's my fourth one. Stop.
Last one. If you were a prime minister, ruler of the world, what laws would you make?
There's no borders. Wait, is that one thing? Yeah, no borders. People can be in and out. I don't know how that would affect our economy, but that would be my rule. Like, you would still be identified as like whatever country you're from, but you're in and out. Like, you can go and come back, and like there's no borders.
I wonder if that'll be beneficial to the economy, because we in debt.
Yeah, because people could come in and out.
Pero mira, que si vienen, trabajan mucho y no se van para su país. Like, I think that's what they're trying to.
Oh, like people just quitting.
Like I wonder to what extent. Obviously, we don't know to what extent it would be like beneficial.
No, I doubt they would just come to work.
Or maybe we all leave back to our country. like acabamos si podemos regresar. Oh. Ya vámonos.
That what I would not. Probably healthcare for free. Free healthcare for everyone. We can afford it.
Healthcare is so expensive.
Yeah, so it would be. Well, I mean, countries do it, but yeah, it would be healthcare. Everybody has free healthcare. I don't know if that's what a prime minister is. You want to do another one? You tell me when to stop. Tell me when to stop.
Basta. Oh, we should play Nombre Personal.
Oh my god, for real. This one's confusing. It says, do you think Great Britain should be part of the United Europe?
I have no idea what that means.
Okay, tell me when to stop.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a surprise party that was an actual surprise?
No.
Tell me when to stop. But do you want a surprise party? You like surprises? Don't do me a surprise party. I don't like them. Please. Ever. I told Fernando that already. I don't think he gets it. That's why I think I should make him one. But maybe not this year.
He likes surprise parties?
He likes parties. He likes to be with his friends and have a party. Yes. So I need to make that happen for him. For sure his 30th. Now I don't know if it's worth doing it 29 and 30th.
Well, because his 30th he's already planning it. So it has to be another year that he's not planning. Perhaps this one.
No, it's too late. We don't have anywhere to do it. I would have to plan it. Like,
we're gonna ask our cousin to just borrow her house.
That weekend's not gonna work.
I'll show you right.
The 9th because of work. So I could probably try, but super last minute. His friend would probably go though, but super last minute. Anyways.
Okay.
Tell me when to stop.
Yeah.
What's the best costume you've ever worn?
It's so funny because I don't think I've ever actually worn costumes, but just the one I wore last weekend, little red riding hood.
Wait, you didn't have a selfie? Was it like a whole outfit?
It was basically, I mean, it was like a DIY. I was wearing a black dress with my knee-high boots, and I had the red cape, and then I did my makeup. Girl.
Oh, that's good.
I think like I was like, not bad. Porque yo
it's fun, right?
Eso. Like I never do it, and I kept like cleaning it because like I was watching YouTube videos and I'd be like, oh yeah, use latex liquid, and I'm like, no, nomás tengo sólido.
No. Yeah,
so I'm like, no, like I don't have that. So I made it work with just makeup itself and like mascara and like lip gloss, and I think it came out pretty cool. So I think that one because I was like low key proud of it.
Oh, that's good.
I've always.
Oh, you took one of our cousins, huh?
Yeah, I took.
That's good.
I've since I'm a Libra, they always say that Libras are very creative and very like artistic. Y yo siempre decía, no, I'm not. Like, I'm not creative. Like, I no tengo creatividad en nada. Then I'm like, maybe I do. Maybe it's just hidden. Like, I've never actually explored that. Yeah. So that's why I was like, okay, let me do it. Even when I did like the vampire one, like I did the little like veins and everything. Oh, and I was like, I just need YouTube in my life. Yeah. Like, that's all I needed.
Yeah, and it helps you a lot. There's a lot of
it was pretty cool.
For sure.
Well, yeah, but since we're doing questions, I have a no sabo words for you.
Oh my god! Oh, I left mine in my phone.
Ni modo.
A ver, what are they?
Ni modo. So, ¿cómo se dice clothes hanger en español?
I saw that. Gancho. Gancho.
¿Cómo se dice railway en
Vías?
Nope.
Railway? That one I remember thinking like that. I've never heard. Have I ever heard that? Do you know?
Sí.
¿No son vías del tren?
No.
Pasatren? I see. Roadway?
Railway.
Oh yeah, railway. I don't know. I don't think I know this. Railway. Vías, no son las vías. What is it? What is it?
Ferrocarril.
Oh no. I would
never guess that.
That's just on a song, right? Is that a song? My mom has never referenced Las Vías del Tren as.
Las vías del tren. Ah, la canción de. ¿Cómo se llama? De la telerámbula.
Yeah.
¿Cómo se dice? Autumn?
Otoño. Girl, how do you say it? That's my question to you. Autumn.
¿Cómo se dice carpet?
Carpet. Alfombra.
Ah.
Girl, I am a yes sabo. Sí sabo. Sí sabo, okay?
Sabo. ¿Cómo se dice?
¿Cómo se dice?
Jacket.
Chaqueta. Ah, just kidding. Chaqueta. Jacket.
Seriously.
Seriously, for sure. Jacket is chamarra. Why would I not know this, girl? Get it together.
Dude, people don't know this thing.
How do you say pen?
I know what you're doing right now.
The proper way to say pen.
Bombilla?
No,
some people call it like that.
Bombilla?
Yeah, una bombilla. Plus pluma?
Okay, Colombian.
Is that who they call
I don't know. They always say words like that.
Is it a pluma?
No. Well, it could, I guess, but no, that's not the proper way.
A word for it. Pen.
Wow, just one word and I killed her. I got her.
Que no sabes otra.
La que no sabes otra.
Pluma.
It's gonna be so hard. This is my proud moment, like my proud word moment.
And I know it.
I always say this word, like nobody knows it. Oh, you do, but it's like you with aguja and zanahoria. That's that one word I learned.
How do you say aguja? Aguja.
I actually don't know. Oh, aguja?
In English?
I actually don't know.
It's a needle.
Oh, aguja, no. Oh, a needle.
Pluma se dice. Pen, pluma.
Do you want a clue?
Just the first letter.
B.
Bombillo?
No.
Bombilla?
Sí, I know. B.
No, I'm not gonna get it.
B-O. Bombilla. B-O-L.
Bolígrafo?
Yes!
I would never remember that.
Yes.
Ya, pues ya mis dedos, quítense de ahí.
Ya,
eso ya ni pa' qué.
Let's go say bolígrafo. You're like, she's gonna get all of these.
Seriously. Ya me mataron mis dedos.
No, what are they? I'm curious.
No, that's it.
Oh, okay. You're like, I'm trying to play it off. No, yo no tengo. Okay, ya no vas a jugar, hombre.
Ya ganaste, pues.
She doesn't have any more. I had more. Where were they? No, I had it on my phone. But
well, whatever. You did good. I'm gonna work on my list next week because
if I remember, I'll let you know.
It sucked. So I figured since sometimes we don't know what to talk about.
Yes, we do.
I was browsing the internet. Y me encanta el chisme, ya sabes.
I love it.
Y miré un.
¿Estás en todo menos en misa?
Fui a misa hace 2 semanas. Do you listen or read the Am I the Asshole stories?
Girl, I don't read them. I don't read them, but I watch the YouTube videos for them.
Oh, okay. So I don't know. I just randomly downloaded. I don't even know what was the purpose of it, like getting Reddit. Because I
do, you have it?
I have it.
I should download it.
So I do watch the stories on TikTok sometimes, and they always reference Reddit, and I'm like, what the hell is that? So I am like, let me go, like, let me look for it. Y lo miré, y nomás le puse AITA, I think it is. Y salieron un montón, and I was just like, I'm like, yo no las quiero leer. Yo quiero que me las lean. Yeah. But then I saw this one, and I was like, I'll probably read it to Tania because I wanna get your opinion.
Oh my god! And because we probably have like
my opinion changed as I was reading it. Oh, so I was
like, okay.
Okay. So the title is, "Am I the asshole for refusing to attend my sister's wedding because she wants to repurpose my wedding dress?" Throwaway account because family knows my name. I, 28 female, got married last year in a small but beautiful ceremony. My husband and I spent months planning every detail, and the highlight for me was my wedding dress. I saved up for years to buy this dress. It was my dream dress. It's this beautiful lace 8-line gown with intricate beadwork and a long train. I felt like a princess and still get emotional just thinking about it. Fast forward to now, my sister, 26 female, is engaged, and her wedding is coming up in 6 months. She recently came over to our place to chat about wedding plans. At one point, she casually mentioned that she'll love to borrow my dress. She thinks it would be cute to repurpose it, maybe by shortening the skirt or even dyeing it a different color so it's unique to her. I was taken aback. I told her I wasn't comfortable with her altering my dress, especially since it has a lot of sentimental value to me. She got upset and said I was being selfish because she wanted to save money on her wedding, and families should support each other. When I stood my ground, she accused me of not caring about her big day and stormed out. My parents later called me and said I was breaking her heart by refusing to share. They said that since I'm married and done with the dress, it shouldn't be a big deal. But it is a big deal to me. I want to keep my dress as it is. They suggested I just let her have her way to avoid family drama, but honestly, I feel like it's my dress and my decision. Now my sister says she won't feel comfortable with me at her wedding unless I show my support by letting her use the dress. I don't want to miss her wedding, but I also don't want to give in to something I'm not comfortable with. Am I the asshole for refusing to let her repurpose my wedding dress and considering not attending the wedding?
Oh my god. No, she's not the asshole. What the heck? She's basically like, so basically she's not invited unless you're not invited unless you let me use your dress. That's so mean.
Do you have sentimental value for your wedding dress?
I was just thinking of that. I would say yes. Okay, my first instinct was like no, but then I'm like no, but yes. Like I don't know. And also,
if I were to tell you, hey, I'm gonna get married next month, can I borrow your dress?
I think yes, as long as I can get it back. But you cannot dye my dress or like shorten it. For me, I think it'd be like if you fit on it, like kind of like if you fit, like say if I was like her older sister, like I mean you can borrow it, like. I mean, I don't think it'll make so much.
First of all, I think it's weird to use someone else's dress.
Yeah, exactly. I don't see why like you would have to. Maybe I would help them, like I can help you like buy it on your own dress. I don't know, but I wouldn't be. It wouldn't be like a complete no. Like you cannot use my dress. It wouldn't be that. But then I think she like the sister's the asshole for getting mad. Kind of like she gets to say no, girl.
Yeah.
It's like cool you asked. Like don't kind of like it's fine that you weren't afraid to ask, but her answer was no, and her answer is no.
Like she asked, and no wasn't an option.
Exactly, no wasn't an option because now she's uninvited from the wedding.
Yeah.
It's like how is that? How mean of her to like give a conditional invitation to her wedding.
And it's like to avoid family drama, but she has no problem causing family drama by not inviting her to her wedding. Like it's weird. But for me, where I was like, oh, I don't know, it's like obviously I'm not married, I don't have a dress. But like to me, the beginning of it of like, oh, the dress has sentimental value. I'm like, it doesn't hold much power for me because I'm like, it's just a dress. And I think of my quinceañera dress and it's like
Oh no, it's different.
arrecholado, está recholado en el garage, and I'm never going to use it again. So I'm like, it is just a dress. Like the emotional and sentimental things comes from the memories itself and the pictures. So like I wouldn't care much. Where I switch is when the parents got involved, and it's like, why are you getting involved in something that you already know it doesn't make any sense? And second, where I was like, okay, I'm siding with the sister, the older sister, only because now this one está manipulando. I'm like, I I was like, just let her borrow it. But now that you're using that tactic of like, oh well, you're causing family drama and the parents are getting involved now, it's like, oh, ahora no. Like ahora va a ser no. Porque now you're making this a big deal, and if you don't want me in your wedding, well then I won't be in your wedding. Like now that's when I get to the point where I'm like, well, I don't care. So I would just switch. But yeah, like I personally, I don't know if it would change if I ever get married. Like if
no, it does hold value. It does. Yeah. Like it probably won't be like, oh my god, like so sacred. Like for some people it is, but it does hold value, 100%.
Let's see. I'm gonna see if I can see some of the comments.
Yeah, no, she's not the asshole, and that's messed up for her to like for her invitation to the sister to be conditional. Like you can't come unless you let me borrow your dress. Like, girl, buy your own dress on Shein.
And if you can, exactly, even like there's so
Amazon.
Nice
there's some nice
like
Amazon dresses.
I've seen that are so pretty, and I'm like,
I saw that after. Okay. Yeah, no, there's some really good ones.
With that.
I've literally seen on I think on TikTok and on YouTube like try on hauls of like dresses, wedding dresses from Amazon. Like it's crazy. There's some really nice ones.
Oh wow, I didn't know that. But yeah, like all of the comments here are saying like, no, you're not the asshole. Like maybe you're better off not going to the wedding because like you don't need.
You're not even wanted there. She didn't even want you. That's crazy. She didn't care to have her sister there. Like that's crazy to me.
All because you're getting borrow her dress.
All because she can't borrow her dress.
If you can't afford a wedding, like why get married like that? Like do something small. Just vete a casar a la ceremonia, and that's it. Like if you can afford it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy. But yeah, that was my.
You're in my dad. I love those stories. I always like listen to them on YouTube, and I think they're so catchy. What's like the craziest one you've ever heard of? Is there anyone that like kind of like sticks with you of like, oh my god, that was like crazy.
You know what? Yeah, there was a couple, but I can't remember like anything. But I remember I was like, because the person that was doing it had like a part 2 and 3, and I never liked part 1, 2, and 3. So I'm like, God, I have to follow the page, like the thing. I didn't like that. But this one, I was like, it was so good that I needed to know the next one. But I'm gonna look for it, and I'll bring it next week. Yeah, a ver tú qué dices. But it was pretty good. But yeah, those hay mucho family drama, and I've noticed like a lot of them were like, oh, just ignore your family and like don't talk to them again. And I'm like, people just do
and that. Don't talk to them again.
Yeah, and I'm like,
oh my god, you know, I probably can't rephrase it correctly, but there was this one story. It was so disturbing, like, and it was weird, and I'm like, what? Like when I was hearing it, and yeah, people were off like absolutely not. There was this story of era un matrimonio, and they had their little boy or girl, or whatever, right? Like they had a little kid, a son, say. And the mother-in-law, the girl's mother-in-law, would take care of their little baby, right? And so they would go to work, and then she would stay and take care of the little boy or whatever. And
I wonder if it's the same one you just made me remember. Go ahead.
And then, so the mom has like cameras like all over the house.
¿La suegra?
No, so la suegra viene she comes over.
So it's the couple.
Yeah, it's the couple and the kid.
The suegra is whose mom?
The guy's.
Okay.
The guy's mom. So the lady comes to their house to take care of their son, right? And apparently, the mom got busted, basically, like kind of like trying to breastfeed the kid.
Oh my god.
Did you read that?
I've heard about it. Yeah.
Girl, I was like, what the heck? Yeah. And then, oh, so sorry. And then her excuse was that he was crying hysterically, that he did not know what to do, and then supposedly that she called her, kind of like, I called you, like there was nothing that was working, so basically like I pretended like I was you, and like I tried to breastfeed your kid, which so obviously sick. Like yeah, which obviously like it was not gonna happen, but so the lady was like, am I the asshole? I'm not even sure how she asked it, but am I the asshole? One, she's not taking care of the kid anymore, right? And now, and the guy, like the husband's like defending the mom of like, she's at least helping us. Like we're gonna have to pay someone to like take care of our kid now. Like how do we know how that person's gonna be? And people in the comments were like, well, look how she's being. Like what the heck is that? Like, or she's like, am I the asshole for like telling her that I don't want her near my kid anymore? Like, and now having to like pay to get like a nanny, like it's not even the right thing to do. Girl, I was disturbed. I was like, what the heck?
That's weird. Like, I think that's really weird. Like, because yeah, I remember hearing that story, and I always try to like get under like in sus zapatos, no, and be like, okay, like what was going through my mind, but I'm like, no, like that's weird because luego yo pienso with my nephew, I'm like, would I ever have done that? I'm like, no, like
that's, just you just don't think of it.
Just the simple idea of me trying to imagine it creeps me out. Yeah, and I'm like, oh, I don't know, that's a little much.
I guess that's what people were saying. Like you probably have to check the mom because she's probably not all there. Kind of like that's just not something you say, oh, let me pull out my boob and like try to breastfeed this kid, like whatever, like whoever he is. I know it's like her grandkid, but like I guess for people in the comments were like, that is not a normal thing to think. Yeah, you know, for that to be like for that to be, it doesn't kind of like, yes, she was like freaking out, or but I guess that's not even, it's not normal for her to just, oh yeah,
yeah, that is weird.
I would have been super disturbed. Heck no. Like, ¿a quién se le ocurre? No, like I would have never thought of anything like that either. I get that was probably one of the weirdest things.
Sí, siempre han dicho que las suegras son las bien problemáticas, and I'm like, oh, I never actually like met one, but all these like AIT stories that I hear, and I'm like,
yeah, no, I mean, I feel like in this case, maybe like, yeah, like make sure she's okay because that's not normal. Because for her, it's like, no, like I freaked out, like I didn't know what to do. So it's like, I don't think she did it out of like to be weird, or maybe or not. I don't know, but it was just weird. Yeah, you get me? And it's like you need to check her, like just to make sure, because that was not a normal thing to think. But I always see all this different like and I'm always like, oh my god, like that's crazy. That was one of them. And then what I like, there's different ones that I see.
Yeah, we should look for some first so we could talk about them next week. Yeah. Right now we gotta wrap it up.
Yes.
So I just want to say thank you if you
watched to us this
far. Don't forget the pineapple.
Upside down pineapple.
And if you guys have any suggestions of like topics or things you want to know about us or for us to talk about, put it down in the comments.
Yes, let us know how your week was. We'd love to read that. But yes, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to follow us on TikTok. We have a TikTok account as well. Thank you for all of our new followers. We're noticing them. But yeah, thank you guys.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.